Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this is a topic that just came to me just out of the blue, based off of another topic we produced. This thought just occurred to me as I was sitting here thinking to myself. As you guys know, USA had a pretty close game last night against, against Serbia, right? And at many points throughout that game, I think a lot of us that were watching that game felt that Serbia was going to come out victorious at the end of that game, right? But nevertheless, the USA fought back in a gritty, tough game. They came back and they won the game, right? And there's been a lot of people talking about it. But then Kevin Durant took to Twitter, and he put up the following post, and he said, "To all you Nuggets fans, nobody gives a F who y'all lames believe is the best player in the league. Players got major respect for Joker. We don't worship him like y'all do, but most of us are in awe of his brilliance. Trolling you cornballs for rooting against us is a part of the game. Deal with it." And then somebody else was kind of giving props to Nikola Jokic, and he wrote under that picture, you know, "Where are you from?" Right? I guess KD was basically trying to ask the question, like, wait a minute, are you from the United States? Saying this, right? So KD was trying to figure that out. And as I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why are NBA fans not supporting this team the way that they would have supported other teams? Maybe the 2018 Redeem Team or the 92 Dream Team. And as I was thinking about it, it started to become apparent to me. The fact of the matter is, there are a lot of NBA fans who don't like this current NBA. And that's the fact of the matter. There are a lot of NBA fans who feel like their era of basketball has been under attack for quite some time now, right? And it's come from media members and even recently former NBA players like Gilbert Arenas. You've seen movements out there talking about we're done with the 90s and all of these different things, right? And I think that what it has done is it has created this divide within the NBA community in terms of its fans, where there's some fans that are going to support the United States no matter what, because, well, I'm being patriotic, I'm supporting my country. But there are other fans who are looking at it and basically saying, nah, F that. I don't give a damn if it's my country going out to play. I don't support these dudes. I don't like what these dudes represent, so I'm going to go out there and support other people. I'm not rocking with these dudes the way I would rock with previous generations. And I think that is where we are right now. This is exactly where we are. So this divide exists even more when you now hear people saying this current iteration of players, this current amalgamation of talent on Team USA, the 2024 team, is better than the 92 team. When people go out there and say that, it creates an even wider divide. So actually what I want to do is I actually want to compare the two rosters. I want to look at the players and I want to look at the ages, and I'm going to break down why I think this issue actually exists. But before we even get into that, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. For example, I am super excited about the upcoming MLB games. With Game Time tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to baseball. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, the NBA, concerts, comedy, or other theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let's look at the differences in rosters first of all. Let's look at this current team. Okay, this current team is comprised of Stephen Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Derek White, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, and Devin Booker. Let's look at the 92 team. Christian Laettner, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Chris Mullin, Charles Barkley, and Magic Johnson. Those are the teams. Let's look at the ages of the players. This current team, USA, let's look at how many players they have above the age of 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Stephen Curry is 36, LeBron is 39, Kevin Durant is 35, Derek White is 30, Joel Embiid is 30, Drew Holiday is 34, Anthony Davis is 31. Let's look at the 92 team. How many players are above the age of 30? 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Want me to confirm? 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Who are those 4 players? Larry Bird is 35, Drexler is 30. Charles Barkley is, John Stockton is 30, and Magic Johnson is 32. All the other players are below the age of 30 years old. So the 92 Dream Team was actually younger. Let's look at the best players on the respective rosters. Michael Jordan in 92 is better than any player on either roster. That alone is a deciding factor. That alone shuts down the debate. A 29-year-old Michael Jordan is better than any of these players that USA has, and it's not even close. That includes them in their prime or not. 29-year-old Michael Jordan is better than a 29-year-old Stephen Curry. He's better than a 29-year-old, whatever Anthony Edwards is going to be, better than a 29-year-old LeBron James, better than a 29-year-old Kevin Durant, better than a 29-year-old Joel Embiid, better than a 29-year-old Anthony Davis, better than a 27-year-old Devin Booker. Jordan, they had the best player. In terms of big men, they also had big men. They had David Robinson, who's also, I think, a finals MVP, who I think scored, 60 points in a game once. He's 7'1". You have Patrick Ewing, who's also a 7-footer. And you had Christian Laettner, who was 6'11". Now, in terms of big men talent, I would probably give it to this team because you have Anthony Davis, although he's very brittle. You have Joel Embiid, who's also very brittle, but those are really their only 2 big men. So one can make an argument that you would probably go with Ewing and David Robinson over this current group. But in terms of overall talent, it's the USA. It's a 92 team by a very wide margin. Magic Johnson was 32 years old. People talk about him like as if he's 100. Stephen Curry is older than Magic Johnson on this roster. Kevin Durant is older than Magic Johnson on this roster. When they talk about old, the only old player on that roster was Larry Bird. That was it. So to me, you can't compare the 2 teams at all. Anybody trying to say otherwise is just a flat out basketball neophyte or troll. That's the first thing. The second thing is, the reason NBA fans support the 92 team more than this team is because those guys actually cared about basketball. How do I know this? Go look at their games played and go look at the minutes they played. Those guys were warriors. Michael Jordan was a warrior. Multiple 80-game seasons. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Pippen, all of these guys actually played the game and they actually cared. It wasn't so much about their brand the way that it is today. Today is all about the brand. It's all about their marketing. Very little about the substance. Those guys actually play defense. This team doesn't play defense. As a matter of fact, this era, there's no emphasis on defense whatsoever. And it's the way the league has been engineered by Adam Silver and these guys. And it got so bad that they realized that they needed to do they had a problem. So now people like Joe Dumars and all of them had to try to think of ways to make the game more balanced. It's totally out of whack. Look at the All-Star games. NBA fans see that. They see the lack of regard. They see the callousness of how they go out there and just do it for a bag. They see it. So there are a lot of fans that are turned off by this current group, and they don't care if you're American or not. This seems to be like a eureka moment for some people. I think some people are under this illusion that just because I'm an American, I'm going to support every single American out there. People, are you guys lost? Do you know that there are people in countries all over the world, including the United States, that don't like people in their country and they don't view them as well? They don't care. If I like you, I like you. You can be American, you can be French, you can be whoever the hell it is. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. So for Kevin Durant put on those tweets, there may be some people that like Nikola Jokic more than some of these American players. It happens. It happens. Just like there's some people that may like LeBron over some foreign player. It happens. People like players. And I don't think we choose to like players based off of where they're from, or it's from America, or it's from abroad. I don't know. Some people live in a very, very myopic, they have a very, very myopic worldview, and they're very provincial. I don't care to that level, right? And I think real NBA fans don't care whether or not you're American or not. They care, do I like the player? And it doesn't have nothing to do with be a white thing or a black thing. There are a lot of black dudes that think that Nikola Jokic is a bad MFer. Regardless of where he's from, there's some people that just appreciate ball. Like, yo, son is nice. Whether or not he black, he white, he blue, he green, they don't care. So KD is wondering, why aren't you supporting us? And I'm telling you the reason. A lot of people don't support this current era of basketball. Number one. And number two, a lot of people take offense when you disrespect the 90s. A lot of people do. Now, you got a lot of NBA players running around here acting like bozos, trying to ingratiate themselves with the younger audience. So they selling their souls and saying whatever they can to make sure they ride that wave. Whatever happened to being your age, B? Like, why would I be 35, 36, acting like I'm 24, 22? Trying to ingratiate myself with the youngins. Act your age. What's next? What are we doing next? You're going to be in your mid-30s, early 40s, going out, hanging out with people in their 20s and early 20s. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Go hang out with your own age mates. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the young boys and hanging out with the younger crew. There's a time and place for that. But you assert you have come of age, my boy. Hang out with people that are in your own age. Have conversations with people that's supposed to be in that age range with you. But all too often, you see a lot of these dudes who act like as if they're young, fresh chickens when they're actually in their mid-30s, pushing 40, acting like as if, oh, the old generation, like as if you didn't grow up on that old generation. But a lot of you dudes are now all of a sudden trying to change colors and act like, oh, the young guy did this. We see you dudes. That's the corniest type of guy. A guy that is not confident in his own skin and trying to act like he's something that he's not. Well, I got to say whatever I got to say to play into the younger audience and make sure I grow. F that. Say what you believe, support what you believe, and you'll find your audience. But this is what you get. You get people out there that want to grab the entire market. They want to ingratiate themselves with the young crowd, hold down the old crowd. How are you going to do that? And that's why you've been seeing a lot of these bozo activities taking place in sports media. A lot of bozo activities. You got dudes running around talking about, you can go look for videos of them 10 years ago. Who to go? Michael Jordan. You pull up videos of them today. Jordan won all that. Jordan won all this. And like, yo, son, what happened to you? What happened to you? There's a lot of that going on too. But there are a lot of fans that saw Jordan and all of these guys and like, nah, I'm not doing that with you. I'm not going to play that game you guys are playing. If the young kids think that this era is rocking out, let them feel that way. But I'm going to stick to the era I believe is great. But that's not what's been happening. You got people looking for any kind of way to make money, and they figured out this is a really cool way to troll. So let me just go out here and say all of this, and I'm going to disrespect this group, get them riled up. What do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? Right? What do you expect to happen? And the fact of the matter is, There's some NBA fans that are American that got more respect for these international cats than they do for these American dudes. That is a fact. Facts. That's a fact. And it got nothing to do with their race. I've heard black dudes, all of them say, I've heard them. Go listen to Brandon Jennings. Go listen to Rashawn McCann, these dudes. Listen to Shannon Sharp and all these guys talk about them. They don't play that game of, oh, you American. They don't play that. So that's the world we live in now. And I believe that's the reason why we see this 24 team not getting the same love that the 92 team got. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.